Yo, what up, man? This is Exclusive Dynasty, and somebody's got to explain that whole LeBron 38. First of all, 38 years old, breaks his Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record 38 days into the year of 38,388. Like, okay, we'll call it, even if we do start and try to call it a coincidence. All right, so let's just say that. Let's you know, X out all the other question marks. We just rule this as a coincidence. Okay, so you got all those things going into it, but it's like when I really break it down in my head, like, come on now. So you got all those coincidences, but then you question, like, okay, so when he broke the record, why didn't he break it with the three? Like, there's still what, three other possible little scenarios you could say that really could have took place on that whole him breaking the record. Like, come on now. So he breaks it with a 2 pointer to break it by one, to go ahead of the record by one. Okay, so he could have easily broke it with a three to put it at 38,389. He could have got fouled and tied it, hit one free throw and missed the second, tied it at 38,387. You know, uh, okay, so yeah, that's two other scenarios, but every other possible scenario is just like it really didn't go down like that. That's crazy to me. Like, I'm sorry, I gotta question something like that. Like, that's you can't just nah. It ain't no ruling it a coincidence, bro. Like, come on, like, let's make everything make sense. Like, what are we really adding up here? Like, what the hell? Like, when we add this all up, it's like something just perfect, like approximate. We got the approximate numbers and all that. Like, that type of stuff don't make sense, bro. That's too much. On the record though, you literally on an all time record, a scoring record that's only been touched realistically twice, and like in a barrier breaking form, in a legendary form where it's like shattering news across the NBA. It's only been broken twice on that level, from what I believe, and that's Kareem and LeBron. So you telling me the time LeBron breaks it, it's something so coincidental like that the same two digits are the only digits relevant in the entire every number involved in the whole record occurrence? Come on, like, where's we living at? Like, for real, like, somebody explain. Like, we need a full blown explanation. Like, 100%. Like, no, we don't need a comment. We don't need you know, uh, thoughts or what you call it. We don't need someone acting curious about it or anything crazy like that. Like, nah, that's something like that deserves a full blown explanation. Like, for real, like, that just don't make sense, man. That's too much, bro. Like, I mean, but I guess, but really, no, no. Like, I really, in my full wholeheartedly don't believe that, like, there's like that's something that can occur like that. That's crazy to me. 38 days into the year, 38,388. Like, come on, LeBron, 38 years old. Like, bro, man, basketball is just like, I'm gonna be honest with you. basketball used to be cool. Back in Jordan's day, like '90s to early 2000s. It wasn't. I'll be honest with you. It wasn't really none of that going on. I'm not gonna like. I'm not capping when I say that. Like, it wasn't too much. It wasn't none of that like crazy scenarios. Like, I don't think anything was questioned, bro. Like, it nowadays, like no defense, the threes, like people scoring, averaging 30 in their sleep, like you can't change the rules up in basketball like that to where you feel me, you allowing offense like that and then can honestly say like the games is actually competitive at the end. Nah, you leaving it up to chance and circumstance at that point. Who's got the ball with uh, the most time left on the clock to where they can get the last shot? Like that's what we talking about now. Like we talking about like the team who has the most fortune to have the ball when it's a needed basket. Like whose possession is it? Like that's what basketball's turned into now. I'm not even gonna cap for you. Like I'm gonna keep it man. I'm gonna keep it a solid buck with you. That's what basketball's turned into. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I really, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like that's what basketball's turned into. So me personally, that's just crazy to me. In the '90s, it wasn't like that, bro. You wouldn't. Everybody says, well, Jordan, he couldn't shoot threes, or he didn't shoot, he didn't make, he doesn't have that many 3-point makes. Well, yeah, because they actually contested the 3-point line back in the '90s. Like, what is we talking about? Like, people actually defended the perimeter. What you mean? Like, they're not doing that today. Like, they was doing that in the '90s. Jordan had a pure 3-point jump shot, but that wasn't one of his spots. If you tell a player to get to his spot, you tell Jordan to get to his spot. The 3-point line wasn't his spot, and there's a reason for that. It's because there was more perimeter D, so he was able to make his dribble penetration and his make his dribble moves and ease into the mid range area, and that became his bread and butter. And the reason because of that is because they contested shots more on the 3-point line. So, he found his comfort zone in the mid range area. It wasn't because dude, the GOAT couldn't shoot. What you like? What did we really saying? Like, it had nothing to do with MJ's shooting ability. Like the man couldn't shoot. Jordan was pure from the 3-point line. I mean, a lot of his, when he did, a lot of people thought that he couldn't shoot threes, but no, Jordan could shoot the three ball. They just defended it a lot more. So it was hard to have the three ball as one of your go-to shots unless you were a spot-up shooter, like a Reggie, or if you were a shooter coming off picks and those type of things. Reggie Miller's, Dale Ellis's, Del Curry. That's just the way it was back then. You wasn't really getting no off the dribble 3-point shots because, players were contesting them more. They don't contest them at all today. And that's how you know. And look, LeBron, you don't got as many rings, and a lot of your rings was like questionable, and you got a lot of the finals losses on your record. That's why MJ really did win them 6 rings, and it wasn't none of that. It wasn't none of that circumstance involved in it. He actually had to play through some real perimeter defense, some real wingman defense, and that's why he was able to get them titles. But man, that whole record, man, it's just all I see is question marks across the board. Considering every digit involved in the record either had a 3 in it or B a 8 in it. I'ma holla at y'all. Exclusive Dynasty. Adios, y'all.